We got our belt. That was pretty easy compared
Spinner is no
to the other
witch.
two things.
It's not the last time we'll hear of her. Well done, Vasya. She's taking a liking to you. The meeting couldn't have gone better. All right, we've got the belt. Now we must plan our next moves. Now we need to name our Banya bride. Well, go to Vilgurt. You'll find the priest there. Kolya, you should go too.
It's decided then.
Okay. Our charts are back. Cause a horse to be stubborn. Joe caused a merchant's horse and his master couldn't ride him to an important meeting. The merchant lost money and reputation. That's a pretty bad spread there. The sick man planned a hernia. The sick man was unable to work until a local herbalist healed him. Ouch. Task failed. The peasant family has such a rich red corner that the demon can't even take a step inside the house. Scare children? Sure, let's send you to scare some children, I guess. Appear in the night. That's a good way to get rid of the 13th. No, not the 13th brother. The 13th brother is over there. Fyodor One Eye, who gives +3 sins. For a while. Possess as a Nikotka. That doesn't take very long, but gives a decent amount of money. Vilgots and rats. Possess again. More possession work. Well, let's make sure we don't get too many sins here, so let's just possess someone for a day.
Well, Vasya, now I can say I've seen things. Cannon fire. A redoute, that's one thing. The devil himself, that's a whole different level. Still, I think that war is scarier. Much scarier than any chort. I still can't forget it.
You've seen too few chorts, Kolya.
Perhaps that's true, but that's beside the point. I'm not going to put up with it. I know how to get over this. I have an idea.
What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking of stepping right into the fire, if only something turned up.
You could die, you know.
No. I'm not talking about something like a campfire. And I'm not planning on dying either. It's not the devil I have to overcome. Man's greatest enemy is himself. That's what I think.
What happened down there, in the war?
Bah, Vasya, you wouldn't be interested. This war was thought up by the devil and none other. Not by the Holy Spirit, that's for sure. I don't even want to remember. The thoughts alone make my hair white.
Yeah.
Is that why you started smoking?
Well, look at you. They don't call you knowers without reason. Well, yes. I'll start with something small, I think. To tell you the truth, I'm terrified even when I strike sparks with flint.
Ah, to overcome the fear of fire. I see. We have a visitor? Oh, it's a shot.
Greetings to you, mistress of the house. I was flying back from Igor's job when I noticed something. Some bandits jumped a Khaldun near the crossroads. He drove a cart. Perhaps there is something useful for you there.
Maybe.
Ah, right. We've seen this one before when we tried to get the name last time. Okay. Let's head out. There are some shots around old Igor's Isba that we wanna drive off. Oh, we still have old Igor this time. That might actually be really good against this boss. Probably much better than Nikolai, who is just providing some extra damage. Let's set up the ward. Oh, we're level 5 now, so we have one extra scroll slot. That should help a lot as well. Oh yeah, and we should spend our skill point for sure. But yeah, that extra slot will do a lot for us. That should be an easy defense here. The well-versed cards are definitely getting a lot better with the extra slot. And we can dish out some extra damage. I'm gonna take a firmer than stone here. Yeah. I'm happy with that. Let's spend our knowledge. Yes, number of orders in our Saga War by 1 increased by 1. That is definitely a good one. Drawing an additional order page each turn makes a lot of sense now. Let's get that. Drawing extra cards is quite powerful. Peddler. Maybe we can find something there, but with 52, it's unlikely that we get like a great item.
Herbs and other goods I brought for you from the woods.
What do you have? We have some consumables with mesh and honeycomb. I'm not really interested in those. Whale is pretty weak. Whirl is pretty decent. Enemy attack steal -1 damage. Red thread will be a straight upgrade over the mortar I have. Flint attack pages deal 1 more when you have less than 50% health. Meh. Your first Saga War always has lock page. That is not that exciting. Strengthen status curse +2. That is pretty tempting, but we currently don't have access to much curse. Or any curse at all. Waste is pretty powerful. Immunity to damage from spikes. Can one ethereal on battle start? That one is definitely nice. All attacks miss. Malushka gain 2 vampirism and 12 health. Start, well, plus 12 health. Max health. Pretty decent. Yeah, but I don't think I'm gonna spend my money yet. Let's move on to the Rosalka backwaters. Well, there have been sightings of
You stumble
Rosalka.
upon a strange clearing. The trees are fallen, as if hit by a hurricane. Or perhaps the master of the forest walked this path. What's strange is that in the middle of the clearing, a single tree stands undamaged. You come closer and realize that the tree was saved by the prikrish herb that grows among its roots. You bow to the plant and cut it down. You take the herb and get ready to go on your way.
5 block from that. Very nice to have. Let's visit Mikhail's Crossroad. Mikhail's Crossroad.
Near the covered crosses, you notice a jug of milk and a loaf of bread. It would seem that someone still visits these old graves. With sadness, you wonder if dead men need any treats.
Let's make an
You
offering.
leave some coins and rest a bit before continuing on
It
your
gave
journey.
us an encyclopedia entry. We see a broken cart over
A
there.
cart has gone off
That's
the
the
road,
one the demon
but
told us
no one seems to be
about.
around. Neither its owner nor the horses. The cart itself is empty except for one jewelry box, obviously left behind by the owners. Its lid is slightly ajar. Glass shards of various colors gleam inside, reflecting the moonlight.
Let's
You
pick it up.
carefully pick the item up and get ready to go on your way.
Your first Saga War always has Glass Demons page. Glass Demons, I think, if I remember things correctly, are 3 AoE too. 3 damage to all enemies. I think I prefer that over the healing herbs and Saga Wars restore 1 extra health. Let's move along on the bank of the
From afar,
Volga?
you hear
Kolba?
two demons arguing furiously. Their shouts make the treetops sway. It seems that they are arguing over a fish they caught in some peasant's fish trap. When you take a good look, you realize that a human soul is in the trap, shrunken in horror.
Let's attack them. Free the human soul.
Quickly draw a circle and read your first Zagavar. The shorts drop the trap, and the soul slips away and flies into the sky.
-1 sin. Happy to have it. You are trying to poison me. I really don't appreciate that. I'm doing 3 to all. 5, 9. That would be another 4, 13. We're a bit short of getting the kill there. We can hold the Salmanida in hand, so I'm not too worried. Let's set up the in father's name the ward. It's gonna be quite helpful. We will take the poison here, even if we block the attack as far as I'm aware. Yeah. So let's start out with Salmanida. I'm gonna set up the blast with Barahail so we can use a single Gria to get a kill there. We are blocking for 5, so we would still take 1 to you. I don't need to take the damage, so I'm just gonna block. And then we should be able to finish the fight against this chart. Pretty easily, in fact. Well, maybe not. Again, let's start with a bless. We're dealing 14 here, I think. That will do it. For this turn, 15 actually. No, 16 even. Alright, we already had a bless? So we had 3 bless actually. And this definitely ends the fight. I'm gonna take a key tong just to have one. Kolva Bridge. Bridges act as kind of a border between worlds. It is well known that borders are a favorite place for spirits to dwell.
On a bridge over a small river near Vilgert, 2 cart drivers argue over who should have way first. They are arguing fiercely, not realizing that each has a demon over the left shoulder. It's the demon's job to bring discord and serve as a prompter of sorts, whispering lines into their ears.
Attack the demons?
You casually draw a circle while the demons are making fun of the peasants. These chorts clearly weren't ready for your first Zagavar.
One of them had this thing on their shoulder? Phew. Let's curse you. Go for the big one because their attacks grow in strength. Fierce Claw. We're dealing 3, 5, 9, 13 damage. Yeah, that's it. Seems enough delay to defend ourselves against the extra incoming damage here. Not really a huge problem with the curse on the smaller target. Gria dealing 6, another one dealing 8. We can have it deal 10, I guess. Might as well do so. Dealing 8. Wait. The first one to target down that target, and then the second one on the smaller enemy. And let's defend. We don't have ward up or anything, but we also don't need to get any buffs up, because this fight is gonna be over in no time. Just any damage card will do. Like this one. I'm gonna take this one, just because I don't have that one yet.
The peasants pay no mind to the sounds of fighting. Nevertheless, by the time the Chorts have gone back to hell, the argument is also over, and both peasants go about their own business.
Let's visit the Eastern Wood. It's a wood that doesn't have a name yet, so everyone calls it the Eastern Wood.
You walk along an old path through the eastern woods. At this hour, the moon shines especially bright. Everything around you glows with a mysterious light. All of a sudden, you hear loud voices and metallic ringing coming from the woods. You can only guess what this late-night commotion is all about. Trying not to make a sound, you go deep into the woods. Finally, the branches part, and you see a curious sight. Some Khaldoons, unknown to you, are trying to agree on the price of a pile of copper samovars. One of them looks deeply upset and constantly knocks on one of the items. It seems he wants to demonstrate its quality. You notice a pair of red eyes peeking out from the samovar.
So there's a samovar demon in there.
It
Let's
seems
attack
the
them.
Khaldoons didn't expect company. Both of them jump in surprise when they hear your voice and run away faster than you can stop them. To your horror, the samovars start to move, and an angry chort emerges from each of them.
Yep. Let's finish off these shots. Again, go for the big one first. That's 3, 5, 9, 15 damage. Let's finish that one off. It's quite an aggressive first turn. Worked out quite well for us, I would say. And now we have a defensive hand. Let's set up some buffs. Varaheil and in Father's name. And just get these out of my hand. So we can draw into new stuff. More aggressive stuff. Mostly. Something like this would do. Once and forever. It's actually quite decent. But still seems a bit worse than Ward. But it does affect the turn we play it on, so I guess that's nice. Let's visit Lopatskoye Lake.
By the icy smooth surface of the lake, you notice a horse, anxiously shaking its mane. A couple of demons are tugging on its bridle, trying to steal it from its master, who is asleep beneath a slope nearby.
Let's fight some more demons.
With movement, you draw a circle and open the black book.
And then I guess we want to defend ourselves. Actually, what if I started with Varaheil? Yeah. That will be 4. That will be 6. 13 damage. So the next Gria will finish that one off. We are a bit lacking in defense, so I'm gonna use the curse on the one we're not attacking. Actually, instead of the Amen, I'm gonna set up the ward. The ward just defending us without having anything, without us having anything to necessarily play that turn is pretty nice. That takes down this target. We are fully defended already, but let's set this one up, and I'm just gonna play the Afterlies to make room in my hand. Okay, yeah, that will end the fight. Don't think I need a Ruda. I could take another Amen.
The peasant wakes up from the sounds of fighting. With a sinking heart, he watches as the demon's strikes send whirlwinds around you. Although the man cannot see the demons themselves, he seems to have guessed at what is happening. After a horrific realization, he hops onto his horse and flees, without waiting for the fight's outcome.
Let's move on to the Trinity Church. We will hopefully
You
find our
arrive
priest.
during the long pre-dawn twilight. Sharp points of age-old fir trees from a jagged wall far behind the church of Wiedelgort. The priest has already begun preparations for the morning rituals. He notices you, puts aside his chores, and greets you.
Who goes there at the crack of dawn? Is it you, Vasilisa? Cover your head, girl. Tfu!
Morning, Holy Father.
Kolya? Is that you? And don't tell me you want me to marry you to it.
Well, it's too early for me. Kolya, on the other hand.
Hey, Vasa. Don't go deciding the things for me.
We came for another reason, actually. We need a name, an orthodox one, from the list of the holy names, from the Sviatse.
Sviatse is a spiritual book containing the names of the saints in connection to the calendar days. Sviatse were consulted to name a child.
It can't be. Are you expecting?
No, we want to give a name to a demon.
You want to what?
Father Yefrem sways, walks back to the nearest wall, and sits heavily on a bench.
You maybe shouldn't just tell that straight into the face of a priest.
Are you sure you don't want to marry?
It's all for good. We want to free this girl.
You explain your encounter with the Banya bride, and what she needs for her freedom.
I've heard about the changelings. Not sure how it works, though. I can't give you a name. That chart tricked you both. Nothing good can come of it.
Choosing a name from Sviatse turns out to be not such an easy task. How can I make him reconsider?
Well, it's definitely not help thy demons or kind chart. Last time we went with Christian Soul and that was right, so I'm gonna do that again. I don't think help thy neighbors will convince him in this instance.
What if it's not a demon, but a Christian soul doomed to suffer? That would be a sin for sure.
Truly. They say you are a witch now, Vasya. It will soon be the harvest day of Ivan the Long. We need to disperse the dry winds, help our village, and I, in turn, will help you with the name.
It's a deal. I know a ritual to thwart dry winds. We'll go visit the field.
All right. You'll have your name.
Father Yefrem opens a heavy book with a silver cover.
Choose. These days we honor the Holy Claudia, Matriona, and Alexandra.
Last time I let him pick. He chose Matriona. I think I'm gonna go for the same choice. I think
Kolya, she's your bride. You choose.
it makes sense.
Let's call her Matriona. It's a good name.
You would name her after a respectable woman? Watch out. She might become a knower.
Thank you, Father.
A name from Sviatse.
Well, the field is about a mile to the west.
Let's go to
I'll
the
try
field.
to thwart the winds.
I don't want to
See you
trick
later.
him. And this is
You
where
soon arrive at your destination. The
We
field
failed
looks
last
empty
time.
in the twilight of the dawn. Cold wind seems to penetrate you to the bone. When you step onto the plowed field, you sense a familiar shiver. This field harbors evil spirits. You find a poorly hidden bundle of old wheat ears. It's a Khaldun's zalom. The stems are tied in a knot and dusted with ashes and salt. Fresh grave soil, eggshells, and steamed grains are laid around it. You draw a circle. You feel that demons are not far off.
kind of harmful sorcery related to agriculture. A bundle of wheat ears are tied in a special way and enchanted with special Zagovors. A Zalam can destroy crops as well as cause sickness and death.
Wind, O wind of the seven brothers, the oldest one, do not blow from the rotten corner. Do not bring rain from the west. But blow us warmth, render good service to our people, bring forth pleasant rain. Joy to plowmen, glory to you, fierce one.
You finish reciting the Zagaver, and for a moment, silence falls. Suddenly, a creaky voice from behind startles you.
You sure are a strange creatures. First you curse it, then you bless it right after.
By you, do you mean us Khaldun's?
Ha! Humans, always on the border between worlds. And that is why you always lose. But who am I to complain? My name is Andreyko. And you, I've heard about you. You're the new witch, Vasilisa.
It's not by chance that I came across this Zalom.
You don't say. Perhaps you know who's to blame.
The Zalom caused this chord to appear. Who left these weeders? Who summoned this chord?
So we already know that a salam is kind of a ritual. It has to be a Khaldun.
You were sent here by another Khaldun, weren't you?
Ha! Right. You know, I'm starting to like you. I could even tell you who the Khaldun is who sent me. If you weren't so careful, the Zalom had already been enchanted when I arrived. Want to make a deal? Let me finish what I started.
Oh, so he doesn't even know.
I'll send some dry winds, and after that, I'll be a servant. The famine will cause death in heaps.
Not interested.
I have all the charts I need. Don't be a glib with me. Tell me. So is it you who spoils the field, sending dry winds?
Spoil? You used the wrong word. I am helping the peasants, and I am a master at this. I mean, surely you understand that this is for their own good, don't you?
I don't get it.
Possible good can broken rye do?
Oh, you disappoint me. Alright, here's the thing. The peasants will have a bad harvest this year. That is so. But it will make them search for new, better ways to grow wheat. So when the real famine comes, people will be ready. Their newly gained skills will help them overcome the true hardships. As you can see, I am a visionary. Well, now, shall we go our separate ways?
Nope. It's time to
People
fight.
will die. You call that progress? I've had enough of your lies. You're going back to hell.
Okay, this guy's pretty scary because he can do big attacks. I'm gonna save my curse for those big attacks, and I wanna try to set up Ward and Piety before then, and also start to get my Griyas growing. Maybe I should get the Bless, but I don't think it's better than just playing a Griya. So we're gonna go for just pure damage right now. They are a summoner, a master. All minions disappear when this demon dies, and he's currently summoning a minion. This one is trying to remove my buffs, which is a problem because I'm kind of relying on them to survive these big 13x3 attacks. So if I want to not lose my buffs, I kind of have to kill you this turn. Which means we want to get a Bless, go for 8 with this, and another... Wait, that's gonna be 10. And that's gonna be another 4. So yeah, we do kill that target. But we also have to deal with the 13x3. We gain 3 block from the ward. This is another 2 block, so we are at 5 block right now. It has to be a Voil. We can even use a Prickrish Herb to block 5 damage. I think that's better than just... Well, we could just play an Afterlie, which does the same, but this one is much more potent in other situations. We can remove Curse, that doesn't help us. We can remove Poison, Waste. Yeah, just take a 5 block Herb here. I wanna prevent as much damage here as possible while still taking out the small target there. We block 17 at least. With the curse, that's only 10 damage taken. Could have been much worse than this. They're getting their demon seals ready. Well, we can get the Aemon up. So that's gonna be very helpful. I'm gonna heal up with the Salmanida. I'm also gonna eat one Adam's head just to heal up a bit. I can only use one herb a turn. Now we do have Ward and Piety up, so that's just gonna generate a decent amount of defense naturally. Not really enough to block his big hits, but it's a start. We definitely want to throw one Gria, maybe not two, if we can instead go for a defensive turn here. Avdelai and Avoil, that's gonna be 20 block already, another 8 comes from these. I think I'm content with that. I'm gonna set up some more ward for the future. I can probably set it up actually on a more peaceful turn and we'll actually go for the extra block from the Raha. Which actually gives us a full block against this attack. The worry here is that now his attacks seal a random page. So that's pretty scary.
Shouldn't have got in my way.
And yet I have. Deal with it.
Okay. Just 13 block this turn. We can play in Father's Name, which I would have really liked. I'm gonna play those as... Yeah, I'm gonna play all of those. Maybe I should keep the Afterlife, but I think that's not necessary. I do want to refresh my ward before it runs out. So I'm definitely gonna try playing the... playing the In Father's Name this turn. And considering the enemy is going all defensive this turn, I think that's fine. Yeah, I definitely like Vasilisa. Oh, actually, we can get the Bless before we go for the damage. And then I'm gonna stack up their Piety just to prepare for future attacks. Like, blocking for 13 is not gonna win you this fight. Andreyko. He's attacking a lot less this time. But also, the last time I tried him, I didn't really survive 2 full hits, so... But yeah, we've got it. That's 56 damage, I think. And we have some more where that came from. Oh, a Zalom. Strengthen status waste +2. Oh, that kind of makes me wanna try going for waste damage instead. Just 100 experience, but quite a bit of money. Yeah, waste build would be interesting. We have these waste 3 cards. They might scale a lot faster than the Grias.